It is D-Day for Mozambique as the Constitutional Council is expected to rule on the October 9 election results that declared Frelimo an overwhelming winner. Post-election violence has resulted in several deaths. The effect has also impacted South Africa, with officials announcing a 6 billion rand loss in trade this year. Yesterday, the Lebombo border post recorded a peak traffic going to Mozambique. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala joins us now from the border. Nqobile, very good morning to you. So what time do you expect the announcement from the Constitutional Council or the declaration of the election results? And what do we know around what then happens after that declaration?
Well, Aldrin, we are expecting that announcement to get underway at about 3 o'clock in Mozambique. However, it was moved from 10 o'clock, which we were expecting much earlier, and now it is now in the afternoon. What we know, though, is that all eyes are going to be looking at Lucia Ribeiro, who is the head of the CC. She basically is going to be pronouncing on these results. What they have talked about is that they're not going to be doing a recount of votes, so that's very important. What they're going to be looking at is validating those results and basically looking at what has occurred. So they're speaking to CNE, which is basically the council that side, which was doing the results and announced the results, which saw the Frelimo basically sitting at 70.7 to be correct, and then also looking at Podemos, which is also sitting at 20.37 results. So they are going to be looking at the discrepancies. They're saying that when the results were in fact told or given to the people of Mozambique, they were told that there were discrepancies that were seen. This is not only from the national side of things, but also in the international community. There were some of the observers that came into the country that spoke about how the discrepancies had changed or had looked at how they were not able to go to 179 places where they could look at those at how the voting was taking place, so they couldn't go to those polls. And as a result, then they said there were discrepancies because of what was taking place on the ground. But at the same time, we know that Podemos, which is basically at the moment represented by Valencio Mondlane, who is currently not in the country and has fled because he said he fears for his safety. Currently, we understand that they're questioning the results, and they have said, and Mondlane has maintained that he has won the elections, and he says that a different recount has given him over 50%, and so he says that he is the winner of the election, and therefore he wanted everything ironed out before January, where there's going to be the inauguration of the new president of the country. But what we understand at this point, though, is that once the results are announced, we're expecting that the Podemos leader will also speak. If he doesn't speak, then we are expecting the reaction on the ground. You'll remember that what he had spoken about last week is that everyone in Mozambique must sit down and listen and hear how these results can be changed or have been changed, or if they remain the same. However, if they do remain the same, that they had an allowance in a sense of doing however way they want or reacting in however way. Now, what he has maintained is that this will determine whether there is chaos or peace in Mozambique. And of course, Mozambique cannot, at this point, have more chaos than what they have dealt with from the past, mainly because you have seen a lot of young people, which we are told at this point are mainly unemployed, and will do anything at this point to get those opportunities of being employed, to get the opportunities to be part of the economy. And those people, we are told, are the people that are following the leader, Valencio Mondlane. So we are expecting that those people also will have a say or look into how these results have been given to the nation. And the concern, of course, is that if they don't get what they want, then you could see a bit of instability taking place in Mozambique. However, today we were also expecting that there will be less traffic on the Lebombo border bridge. This is mainly because a lot of Mozambicans started traveling yesterday ahead of the 23rd with concerns that there could be an outbreak or an unrest that side. So a lot of people traveled. But we are seeing now this morning that there are no lines in Lebombo border post. What we are seeing is just people that are driving in just slowly. And as you drive in here, there's barely no lines, barely no stopping point. And this is compared to a place where you couldn't even travel a kilometer in less than 30 minutes, and that's how packed it was yesterday. Today, it's just a breeze through and people are going through, and we understand that the borders are still operating and nothing has happened on the South African side.
Thank you so much for that update there. That is Nqobile Madlala joining us from the Lebombo border post. And if you are traveling to Mozambique, I urge you to make sure that you get your news sources close to you and get the latest updates around what is coming out of Mozambique. As you heard there, the announcement by the Constitutional Council has now been moved from 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. later on today.